Peace and blessings. I did put my lipstick on. It was a little dark. It was a little dark. This is a great look for the night that I had, y'all. Y'all gonna be rolling. Y'all gonna be rolling on this story right here. Story time. Story time. Story time. It's a serious story time. Ooh, yeah. It was hilarious. I wish you all could have been there. It's on tape somewhere. It's on video. Somebody got me on video. I was Auntie was in the middle of the dance floor. I turned the party out. It was one of those lights was on. I had brothers dancing behind me. And then Kwame's face. Kwame's face was like, oh! I don't know what happened. I don't know. I let loose. It was something went on. It was just, I don't know. Like, okay, let me tell you. So, I got to set the scene because it's not right if I don't tell you how it was. Hold on. Hold on. Now, I had nothing to drink and nothing like that. It wasn't that kind of party, okay? So let me tell you, because I need y'all to understand what I'm talking about. So I was at the party, it was a graduation. So Kwame said she was graduating from beauty school, right? I was gonna put the hat on because the hat goes with the story, right? So Kwame told me that his niece was graduating from beauty school, right? And I was like, oh, cool, right? So I thought it was like hairdressing, beauty school. So then when I got there, it was her and three other students graduating from specifically design school. They are now madames. They now are designers, right? So first of all, I thought, well, how cool is this? Like the universe just really did it. The universe is like, hey, you need to know who you are. Oh, I am Wi-Fi is messing up. Okay, so Spirit's like, yeah, you need to know who you are. So anyway, as soon as let me see, Kwame came over and I had to pay my electric bill, and we was trying to pay it online. And Kwame was just very helpful. It was just a good vibe. It's like the universe knew I needed to be good because y'all know I'm going through stuff. I'm healing from. I won't even say my last relationship. I'll say my relationships with life, and I got some serious, obviously I got some serious trust issues. And so yeah, anyway, so yeah, it was great. So we get the transfer, we got there, we went from one, we took the taxi to the tro, and the tro to the taxi, and we went in a place called, oh, I wish I could remember the name. I can't remember the name, but it was past Medina. And as soon as you walk in, it was like, I've seen these parties that I was at. I've seen them when we going walking through our cross. Somebody's having a birthday party or some type of celebration. If you see me pausing, it's because on my side is going out. So this is cocking to the side. Hey. So yeah. So okay. That's how we working it. All right. So on my end, I'm getting a lot of like it going out. So anyway, this is what we doing. So yeah. So I was in a good mood. So we got there. It was great. As soon as I hit the party and heard the music, y'all, we are African. That could have been any Black American party. So let me tell you, so like the rituals and the little things, even at like the so-called regular party. So there was the four girls, right? And the different seats in the place is your family is kind of sitting on different sides. And what I love is let's say Esther, that's what I'm saying. Esther's, they named after women in the Bible. I get this now. So one sister was named Esther. So Esther's family all wear, not everybody, but they wear, that side wears the same African outfit. Some of you saw it in the video. They all wear that. They had the blue with the yellow. That was like Esther's family. And then there's Ruth's family, and Ruth's family, I'll just talk about the sister Petra, which was Kwame's niece, and then they had like the blue with the like the orange going in a circle. So first of all, like I'm loving that you representing. So then your family, right? So then the graduates, the ladies that's graduating, they have to do all these little different rituals, right? So the first one is a lot to do with money, honey. The money is everything. First thing they do, they get the party started right. The women are in charge. Period. In the story. The two DJs are women. The presenters, rather, they are women. The women are running the show, and the men sit and just chill. And I keep telling y'all that. That's why I love Ghana. Okay, for the presence of the woman and the respect. I'm gonna tell you the whole. It was a beautiful ritualistic night. So I sat in my little chair. So we was gonna sit in the back. I was see just show you Black American, Rosa Parks mentality. Okay, although she sat in the front. Okay. Anyway, I was like, we can sit back here. He's like, no, we can sit in the front. I was like, that's right. We ain't in the States like that. Ooh, like that mentality. Like, yeah, the family sit in the front. So we sat, it was a whole family on that side. So we sat in the front, which you had the best seats in the house. And so the teachers come up and no, first they get the party started right. I'm gonna call them DJs, it's assistants. So they don't have to pull people out the crowd. That's the one thing I feel like Black Americans, like we lost that. We lost that freedom of dancing. Sometimes you go to parties, even some of the young people, because I went to, when my ex used to go to his son's party, the guys dance with the guys, the girls dance with the girls, even in my generation for a little while, when nobody dances at all. You don't have to pull somebody up to dance. You have to be like, okay, and they get the next women, they all do their little, that little Ghanaian dance, which is so fly, so everybody, come up and dance and go off and happy. Even the ones that shy, they dance too. And everybody, cool. People sitting watching, but it don't feel like this kind of stiffness that I sometimes see that I feel like we've learned from a Eurocentric perspective. The idea of watching an African dance program, but we just watch and don't dance. Just a lot of that kind of Eurocentricity that I feel like is even seeped into, Black Americans as ones that I can speak for, because that's what I am. So everybody, it's a movement. You can feel the energy. It's in the house. So then when a woman dances really well, and you seen it before, they like put the money on her head, put the money really put the money on her head, and the money falls, and her sister, somebody picks up the money. So it's all about the money. There's a lot of money flowing up in these parties, okay? And I love that. So, but remind you, now I'm sitting there, I'm clapping, I'm the polite lady, I'm sure they thought I was Kwame's girlfriend because they called me in-law. Yes, they did. In-laws. Lord have mercy, he did it. But anyway, I didn't want to embarrass them. I was nice. So I was just, sitting there like happy. I was like, oh, Kwame, I'm excited. Like I was joyful. I felt so at home. So at home, like I was with my own aunties and uncles. But even more, in the States, I went to some Black American parties, and sometimes the people were not, I don't know, I never felt loose. Sometimes I felt like they were a little stiff, or they were a little, I don't know, classist, if that's like a word. Like they were just maybe bougie. I don't really know, but there was something missing. And in North Carolina too, it was very much like, I don't know, it wasn't raw. That's all I'm gonna say. It was it wasn't raw. So this felt home and like beautiful, even though it was organized, and it was well organized, by the way. So they do these little things like, okay, all the women have a tray, and the tray will have a tape measure, it will have a napkin, it will have various things, and you have to buy it. And the only way that the graduate, can sit down is that you have to pay a certain amount of money. You got to put a certain amount of money in the pot, and the money goes to the master. The masters are their instructors. And you have to so they'll name a price, 60 CDs, and your family got to go up there and get enough money in the pot so that your girl can sit down. Then she got to have all these, like I said, napkins and measuring tapes, all for girls. And you got to buy everything in their bowl, or they going to be sitting there by themselves looking stupid because you ain't giving no money up for them. But it's the same thing. It's the same. What I loved about it was it just showed the love. Like there was nobody that was going to let their girl, let their daughter, their sister, their auntie, there was not no one person was gonna let their girl sit there and not have enough money to sit down or get up or to move to the next level or whatever that is. They even had a thing where they showed you the portfolios that, or these. It was kind of like these booklets that their instructors put together, and they made them. You had to pay one CD for a page, and the page took about 30, 40 pages until you got the 30, 40 pages, and then the girl could sit down or get up. But it was just so beautiful how no one was going to show their family up. But let me tell you, let's say one of the girls didn't have a lot of family, let's just say there, they wouldn't just be like, well, I've paid for my girl. You know, my girl is good. You know what I'm saying? No, they pay for her too. Or somebody, everybody gets up. It was almost like a game that it's not a game. It's like there's no competition. And that was something that I really noticed. It was just like no competition. And even when the women, the young ladies, the graduates come up, they have to introduce. They come out and they do their little dance when they come out. Everybody clapped for everybody. It was for real, for real. These are grown young ladies, but it was treated like they are children. And I really felt that community vibe. It was everybody's children, everybody's young ladies. It was a very, very beautiful vibe. And so, yeah, then they design come out and with the model, and it was male models. Africans, we can dance though. So it's just beautiful, y'all. It was beautiful. It was a great time. And then they did this ritual where your master, which is your master teacher, your instructor, comes before you, and he helps you to bow down. And you get on your knees, and all the girls on their knees, and then the elders, as a blessing to you, they throw powder, talcum powder all over you. That's why when you saw the thing, the girls was all white. And then they tell them beautiful things about themselves and who they are and what they see for them and what they expect. They tell them about how the road's gonna be. I mean, it was all in tree, but I got it, believe it or not. Because I asked Kwame, is that what they? Yeah, I said, you got it? He said, you understand tree? No, but I get to feel it. It was a very much like a blessing and a ritual. And then somehow you got another little game and you get more money because the girls got to get money too. So it's a beautiful community affair. And then I think at the end, the music was always playing in and out, and in and out. People would go in the front and dance. But in the end, now I was already feeling good. Kwame was taking some beautiful pictures, and I don't know what, he never take great pictures. Like his pictures was amazing. And I to watch Kwame be an uncle, like he was really playing his uncle role. He was really making sure, he was really making sure that she was going to get money and she was not going to be sitting there looking stupid. I was just watching, like, Quiet was very beautiful. It was just, we was all having a good time. So at the end, we all stand, and, I'm just doing that little dance like this. That little dance. The sister came and got me, and we even moved to the front. We was on the side, right? And she got me out. We was doing it together. We was having the same rhythm. We was in it. After a while, y'all, they had the lights on me. I thought it was me and sister dancing. Next thing you know, it was a big circle. It was like a big circle, y'all. It was a circle. It was a circle. And I had a flashlight. It was a light on me. I think I was on videotape. People taking pictures. You know how you turn around, somebody behind you. It's the brother behind me. I'm like, hey, like it was. But the best part was Kwame's face. I was like, oh no, hey, Kwame, what? They was hugging me at the end. It was like, yeah, I was really in the family. That's what you got to do. With Africans, you just dance well. That you pretty much in. And then he said that his oldest cousin, his oldest brother, which I love. He said, cousin or brother or whatever. Did you teach her how to do that? He said, no, she's a professional dancer. I was that woman in the middle of the floor, and the brothers was behind me, y'all. It was beautiful. After I finished, I was like, ooh, that was fun. I had my same water bottle. I was like, ooh, that was fun. Let me get some water. And then it was like I needed to move like that. I needed to dance like that in a place where everybody was doing it. And then he said, oh, before we go, we have to go see my uncle, right? So I was like, okay. So I see a little ritual. So we walk a little ways up the road to go see his uncle. Me, the sisters, the children, the brothers, whoever was there. So it's like a ritual. So the house boy comes out and he uh, gets everybody a chair. He wipes off the chair and he puts. I mean, they might not should know that this might not be what they're saying they're doing, but they do form like a horseshoe type of circle. So the cheers are specifically, and the reason why it's a horseshoe I see is because the uncle is the Don Dada, okay? The uncle is the elder elder being the whole scheme of the family of who died and who's left and who's this. So then it's like this big thing. So the houseboy gets everything ready, and then the uncle comes out, and he's very regal looking, and everybody has to sit. And he a little shy, laughs, and then he asks the oldest, only the oldest could speak on this one, which happens to be a male in this case. He asks him, "Why did you come?" You have to ask him that. And then Kwame was explaining to me that even though he's asking him why did he come, he know why he came. You still have to explain it. And then he says, "Thank you," and then he tells them to relax. They can move around, and they get up and move around, and he says, "Okay, sit down." And everybody sits down. And then he goes around here and there. He asks questions of the little grandchildren and the daughters and the this, and everybody's a little shy because it's like being with royalty. He sits in the middle of the shoe, the horseshoe, and then it got to me too. I was Pacho and everything because everything they say Pacho, Pacho, excuse me, Pacho, here's your money, Pacho. How much is that, Pacho? Pacho is I beg of you, or I beg you. It would be our equivalent of please. They just don't have a word for please. So it's Pacho, which is more than I beg you. So I beg you. So Pacho, you got to put it there. You put it in the beginning, you put it in the end. I had that. He was like, "What's your name, Pacho? Lisa Marie, Pacho." Where you live, Pacho? Where you from, Pacho? Brooklyn, New York, Pacho. I was in my Pachos, was in there. I got it. I was feeling because I saw him like everybody. I was like, "Oh, this the Don Dada. Let me act right." And then he was like, "So are you learning the tree?" And I said, "Kakla, kakla." They was like, "Yes." And then he said something else. I was like, "Madasi pa." And I held it out right. And he was like, "Yes." He was like, "Wow, and other little words here and there. I say, I impressed them. You know what I'm saying? I say, "Yeah, man, I don't." Which is like, God, go with God's blessings, or God bless, or it's really Yame and Shurau, which is God bless you. But you could say Yame something Adom, which is God's blessings. And I was very impressed with that. Get your little stuff together, get your greetings together, and you in Ghana. Okay. So it was wonderful. And then, what did he say? He said, "Oh, so yeah," he said, "So you have left America for good." And I said, "Yes." And one of the cousins or sisters or one in the circle said, "Why?" Yeah, it was a big why because, people still want to know. And he said, this the uncle, like this the man, he said, because she came back to her ancestors. This what this brother said, this uncle, this Nana, he said because her ancestors called her, and that's why she's back. That was the king himself. I was like, well, you know what? You know what? So yeah, they loved me. So I was in law. I was everything after the dance. I did, y'all. I was that person. I was in the middle of the floor, getting down, twirling, everything. So this is what I was thinking. I wanted to share with you. First of all, I want to thank you all so much who really hang out with me and stay with me. It was wonderful. Just a melanated something sister comment. I love your comment. And she was like, she said, if you looked more like, if you have more European like looks or features like, you would actually, your content alone, you would actually have more views. You would have more people coming to the channel. And she wasn't saying you ugly. She's just saying you don't look like what they would call. So you're not really, you're not really. That's why you're not getting it, because content to content, you can knock anybody out. You giving the real, authentic. Another person said to me, and I love it too, "I want to be that raw. You are so raw. You're just so raw. And I would love to be that raw." And I wanted to say, like, thank you so much for that. Because the reason why I do believe that I'm so raw is because I have nothing to lose. I feel like because of the amount of people that I get, whether it's viewers, subscribers, watchers, hawkers, stalkers, I know that y'all here for me. So because you are here for me, I can be here for you. I want that woman that doesn't know that she is so beautiful and nobody even have to tell her to come to this channel and feel heard and seen, you know. And so that's why, like, I am raw, like I go for it. It is like I figure if it really want to come out, it's gonna come out, and it need to come out. And that, I think, what was happening on the dance floor, it was an expression. It's like I said to you earlier, I'm at an age where I don't need to impress people. I'm at an age where I don't need to get a whole bunch of people to like me. I've been on YouTube for what, 10, 11, 12 years, and I've been making a living off it. So there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not that. I mean, and it ain't never been that big of for 11 years, 30 something thousand subscribers is really not a lot. But it shows you that the ones that want it for real and know what beauty really is can see. And so I just want to thank you so much. And also, too, this is real something for me. Thank you for the fact that y'all know. Listen, yeah, I've been through some stuff, and I'm sure a lot of you have too, and that's why you watch me. And I don't like to say I got trust issues, because when somebody says they have trust issues, it's as if all of us have the same kinds of trust issues, or that even trust means the same thing to everybody. Trust doesn't, but I do, yes, I do have, there's two things that I think I'm going to use the word fear. It is my independence being taken away. And it's not, to me, just from this lifetime of experiences that makes me feel that way. I believe it's ancient. I believe it's some enslavement Holocaust stuff. Like, I believe that I was that individual. I was that enslaved African. That before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave. I don't think that who I am today and what I am today and that ability to express no matter what, no matter how, what I just let it come out, is I've had a lot of practice doing this. And this is not practice, like I said again, from this lifetime. I was always that person. That's why I came out looking this way. So black, so strong, so proud. I know it now. Like, I know that. And so I think that spirit, it looks like it's just, what's she been through? Why is she such a fighter? The fact that I came into an astrological sign of Leo lets me know, because one of our attributes is independence. But it's not that the Leo is making me independent. It's the independence that I have in my spirit that created the Leo, that brought me into the astrological sign, the cosmic sign of Leo. It's something real deep, and I know it. The fact that I don't quit, the fact that I don't care, the fact that I know who I am, the fact that I love who I am. I know that shocks people. That's why I go there. But I know too, let's face it, y'all, if I was light skinned or a different kind of dark with some different kind of features, this thing be popping. I could say two words and it'd be working out. Another thing too, though, I think also that I scare people. I scare people because I'm just too, wait a second, she goes off, but then she reflects. That's more scary to people because they want to hate you. They want to hate you so bad. They want to say, see, she's a bitch. See, that was rude. But when you come back and you could come back and be like, you know what? I really looked at that and I want to go deeper. It makes them even more mad. Is this be self-reflecting? I mean, we can't even be mad at her because to err is human, but to forgive is divine. We can't even be mad at her because she knows her flaws. She knows what she's working on. We can't call her a liar. We can't call her a thief. We can't call her nothing. Another reason, too, is some is intimidated. They will take what I have and know that they got a different kind of face and people are going to accept it. Or they hoping that nobody else sees me so that they could be the only big fish in the pond. And it's all good. Because my spirit has always reached those that need it. Because my spirit is reaching back. My spirit comes from way, way, way back there. Way back there. And I love me. So yeah, y'all, I know sometimes I be hard on a brother. I ain't gonna say his name tonight. I know I do. And I know part of it is I believe what I see. But how do I know? How do I know that this person is not one of the best people that could ever have come into my life at this time? I don't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what's up. Like I don't. And that's, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the fact that I'm strong and I'm tough. I'm okay. I don't think it takes anything away from my divine femininity. I'm okay right now that I don't trust or I don't believe. I'm okay that I'm holding you like over here. Like I'm okay with that. I don't need a shrink. I don't need nobody to tell me what I think I'm doing really well. I mean, I feel like Africa gives me that. Because I was trying to explain to y'all last night that this is narrative is being fed to you that you don't want to be the strong black woman, and or you have to make excuses of why you're the strong black woman. As much as to say we have to be this strong and aggressive because of the racism, white supremacy. And I said, no, you're strong and aggressive anyway. See, the idea that they're strong and aggressive and some opposite is feminine and flowery, it's not true for us as Africans. We are very, very strong, and the aggressiveness is not the right word. They're using the wrong word. Because I'm telling you, I've been here for 8 months, and every time I go to anywhere or have interactions, the women are usually the one up front making the decisions, and the men are just so cool. Like, just they know who got what. It's always this balance. Because I think other cultures sometimes it is true when it moves through and has moved through the diaspora, it doesn't look the same and it doesn't feel balanced. I will admit it. I know that sometimes in the African American culture, yes, it looks like the male is feeling like he's being emasculated. But I also seen it in the Caribbean culture too. The women be rough and tough, and the men sometimes be a little docile. I'm not trying to dish y'all. I don't talk about Black Americans too. But I don't see that here, at least from my experience outside of looking in. There's some type of balance. I think that that's why it doesn't look right or feel right in the diaspora so we have to call ourselves, well, we must be overly aggressive and overly masculine. It is because the way it has manifested through the years and through the ocean. It's not that here. It's not like I say the women running it. The men are cool. The men are still men. The men is, you know what I'm saying? But it's something. How do they do that? Because this is the motherland. That's why I said we have to be careful thinking that we left the motherland and somehow we are better. Somehow we are greater. When in actuality, we're not really, because we don't understand that beautiful balance because we're actually trying too hard. We are actually using a Eurocentric way of even thinking, a way of processing that is incorrect for us. Because the European way says, think about, well, why? Well, there's these things called roles. See, I don't know if the African knows that. I'm not saying the ones that have not, I'm talking about the ones that have not been influenced by outside interception. I'm going to call that's what it was intercepted. I'm not talking about those Africans, whoever they are, wherever they are, because they exist. I'm talking about ones that are very much into culture and understanding of who and what they are and a balance of life. See, you got to like your women in order for you to respect them. And I think that once we were taught, and that is definitely a definite enslavement Holocaust thing, we're not supposed to like each other. You're supposed to not like her. Now, let me just say this. You're going to have to like yourself to like your women. And a lot of Black men don't like themselves. But they would never tell you that because they don't even know it. They don't even know they don't like themselves. They don't even know they don't love themselves. They just know they don't want to be with you. And then you come to a place where they like themselves. So therefore they like their women. So it's a whole nother thing. Do you see why? Like when you ask, like, am I ever come back to the States? I'm winning here. Why would I come back to that? I look more like the people, and the people look more like me. So I don't have that. I got to deal with that on YouTube. I don't have to deal with that in real life. I have a respect, and I have a place, and I have a status. And you feel very little of that when you're in the States. And it's interesting because I did not leave the States because I was running away from anything. So I was raised in white supremacy. I knew it existed, but I wasn't, I had created a realm of reality. I was living on my Afrocentric cosmos. So I had managed to have a stream of income that only came from black people, you all. I worked at home. I lived in my own world. So I was not, I didn't have to deal with that. Not that I didn't know it existed, because I did. I'm trying to tell you that I didn't run away. But the moment I got away and was able to see, I said, ooh, that system. And it wasn't so much that I'm not so afraid, or was not so afraid of racism and white supremacy. I was afraid of black inferiority. That's what is more frightening, especially when you look like me. Because black inferiority, the feeling of not being enough, the feeling of being less than another that does not look like you, that spawns some psychologically damaging and very dangerous ways of being and acting towards. Now that's some deep ish. And I was more afraid, I was more a victim, if you will, of black inferiority than I was of racism and white supremacy. Yes, that is where it comes from. But when you, it's like we say when I remember when the brothers and sisters was being, especially it was I forgot, George Floyd. And when he was, shot in the street, and somebody in the beginning, people was writing, "You in Ghana? What are these Ghanaians? Why they not fighting for us? Why they not standing up?" Listen, they got their own shit to do. Okay, they got another life, trying to make a living. They trying to eat today. So when you could have this big thing called racism and white supremacy, but on your reality of life, you're not always seeing it. You're not always understanding. You're operating under it. What you see is your man not seeing you. What you see is your sisters that may look a little different than you not seeing you. That's your reality. That big ideology don't mean nothing to you when you trying to make a living, fall in love, have some babies, get married, and live a happy damn life. So it's beyond I'm in Africa to get rid of racism and white supremacy. I'm in Africa to get away from black inferiority. Check that one out. Think about that for a minute. Think about that. All right, ladies, I was on the middle dance floor. I had a very good time tonight. So, and wait, and there's more. My friend, that male, I don't know what was going on. I ain't paid for nothing. I ain't go in my pocket one time. Everything, every single thing, giving money out here and there. I was like, look, I don't pay Kwame that well. We ain't getting all this damn money now. And his family was all up. I had a good time. It was very ancestrally divine. Yes, just like Zuma Queen, you said, "Hey, naturally clever, how are you?" 2 seconds in, and I'm laughing already. My husband leaves when I laughs or something. When I retell your stories. Thank you. I know y'all should have saw me. I'll see if I get a videotape. Okay. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, beautiful Zumba Queen. Yeah, I had so much fun, and Kwame had fun because I had fun. Kwame's all proud because it was beautiful. That good energy. Yes, chapter 4. How you doing, lovely? Hello, hello. Myself and my mother, who's 91, is loving the hat. Oh, thank you. Each time you wear it, it's a showstopper, honey. Ghana loves it too. Y'all could have had this hat and much more. I got 2 more and they bigger. Y'all gotta get some. And my Haitian queen. The outfits worn by the young ladies and guests at graduation on point. Yes, indeed. Them outfits were beautiful. I got a couple of design ideas on them outfits. Hey, Lisa Marie, sounds like you had so much fun. It's good to Jackie, see? Woo, I was cutting loose. I think they think, they got this thing like, even like some Black Americans, I guess we come to Africa and they don't think we got the rhythm. They don't think sometimes they say our rhythm be off. I be like, what Black Americans y'all hanging out with? So when I was dancing, they was just like, Kwame taught me. Kwame can't dance. Nah. Kwame ain't got no rhythm. All right. Anyway, we're going to keep going with that one. Oh, I'm a love it there. That's right. Have beat will dance. That's right. S Queen, you gonna love it. S Queen Rob, you are naturally clever. I was like, Kwame. I want to look around and say, you ain't seen Kwame dance. He can't dance. No typo in your title. Oh, thank you so much. I'll fix it. Thank you, darling. TG. Such a blessing to witness pure celebration of us. Yes, honey, we was people dance. Africans dance. It's beautiful. Thanks for explaining. I was wondering why the graduate was standing during the ceremony. Yeah, they were standing at that point, but they had finished from kneeling and the powder on them. You are, Elizabeth. I was cutting up. I had, you know how you got the brother behind you? What? Kwame was loving it. Kwame was loving it. He was loving it. That's what I do like. I always say about Kwame. Kwame is not that jealous kind of guy, and that's very refreshing. Yeah, it sounds like so much fun. It was a ball. It was a ball. That's beautiful. I think you're in there, sis. Yes, I feel, oh, I know, right? As Queen. Clay Team, just tuning in. Lisa, I was so thrilled to see you at that event today. From the title of this video, you got up and got grooving, and I love that. That's exactly what I would have done. Yes, ma'am. The sister she was dancing. She took my hand. I was like, hey. Next thing I know, I thought she was still there. There was a circle around your girl. A circle. Ooh, they had the lights and I'll let Kwame tell you. He'll tell you tomorrow. Maya says it's so good. People are supportive. I remember half the people at my wedding didn't get, oh my gosh, didn't give gifts. Wow. But you know what? I feel like in a way that's what it's come to. That's why I say we have to be careful that we want to say we are the most creative people in the world. Well, we lost some fundamental stuff. And I think the fundamental thing is the support. Like you said, it was no woman was going to go and be looking like a fool. In the end, it was like, yeah, there may be families sitting on different sides, but in the end, it wasn't. I couldn't even tell because everybody was looking out. It was the most beautiful thing. And even the graduates, like this, the love that they have for each other. I see that a lot with the Ghanaian women. I'm not saying that I don't know enough of it to know if there's jealousy between the women, but I sure don't see it in the same way I did the U.S. That's why I say, ladies, for me, and maybe you'll feel it too when you come to the continent, and maybe you already have, is I feel like the pressure of being a woman. Remember, let's talk about Black inferiority again. It's just not Black inferiority that manifests through the Black male. It's also manifests through the Black female. Those ideas of jealousy, or who does she think she is, or she thinks she's so cute. Here they be like, come on, sachet, come on, the designer, and the more beauty, she did it. Everybody loved it. It was no like, oh, she doing too much. It was no like, oh, girl, sit down. Black inferiority is a ugly thing, very self-destructive and destructive to the village. So we need to. Another thing I was thinking too, what I noticed with a lot of scholars, especially from the States. They talk about Africa as if it don't exist anymore. Back in Africa, in ancient times, wait a second, hey, the people still here. But they still here. Because I think that's a detriment to our children. Because when you do that, it makes them never see themselves as connected to it, and they'll never go back to something that don't exist anymore, because back in the day, in ancient times, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that I think a lot of our scholars stay in Kemet, I think that that's also kind of self-destructive, especially to those of us that look very West African, as most of y'all are. Most of us in the diaspora are West African, whether you want to believe it or not. So the idea is to still, not to say those people wasn't blue, black, and the Nubians is not blue, black. I'm saying, well, not today, but that they was not. I just feel like I want to see our scholars stop talking about it back in the day, or in Africa, or way back then, or in ancient times. The customs that they talk about still exist. I think that if our people knew that today at a party or at a graduation, there is the sprinkling of powder to kind of say that you cross over from being a girl to a woman, or that it is an ancestral blessing and protection. Even at the same time, they sing Christian songs. See that connection. I don't want to hear any more of what it used to be, because they still do it now. I think it would be a far more interesting class to take in college would be how are Africans use spirituality now. They use it still, or how are they retaining their African spirituality through Christianity, but not like the Santeria. The Santeria and the other ones, those are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But those was I have to hide inside these statues. They're not hiding anything. They're very African even in their Christianity, and they mixing the same stuff together. They're not hiding. That's far more fascinating to me. So that's another thing that I would like our scholars to stop putting Africa in the past. Africa is here right now. Africa is current right now. Africa is happening right now. Why don't we learn about what's going on in Africa from our scholars right now? What Africans are doing, what Africans are creating, what Africans are innovating right now. We must. We must. We talk about Black history. We never really enough, to me, pull in Africans and what they're doing. We should have this celebrating different continents when it's the first somebody invents the song. So I mean, I see more of it on Facebook, but it's still not like we take it as ours. That African being decorated should continental African should be part of our conversation, just like some Black sports player getting the MVP award. It's a that you gotta force it. You have to force the culture. No, real for a minute, because it's not second nature to us to look at continental Africans as really us, because we wouldn't have different news and different papers and different magazines. I think that we needed those magazines then, where it was African American, whether or Caribbean American or whatever it was. Now I want to see a magazine that has every African in it. It's just got to change, y'all, because it's not giving us a true look or insight into life. If it did, more of us would be here, more of us would come, because we would know it's not ancient. It's not in the past. It's not one day. Another thing that I think what Black scholars do that I wish that I would like to see done differently is that it's too, when you speak of it in that way, you make it look like it's something far off place and that you'll never be able to get there. It was like even listening to reggae, which, we want, it's almost like this: one day we want to go home. One day we going to go home. One day. It's just a plane ride away. Do you understand that we have to be careful to stop making it feel like one day before I die? Like I used to say stuff like that, my mother too. And then you was like, oh, you mean you just get on the plane and you be there? At least, if not the same day, the next day? It's like we got to change it up. We got to just make it more real, and then it won't be a big deal. Then we don't have to have every damn blogger talking about their experiences unless they want to, and that's fine too. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So yeah, I believe you, Maya, and that's very unfortunate. They shouldn't even came. Lisa Marie, you working in your village. Yeah, hey, beautiful Melissa. Melissa about to get her beautiful duvet and wallets and pillowcases, and she about to get some sheets. And I love you. Thank you for being in my life, Melissa, and believing in me. Hello from Memphis. Try something, you're glowing, Lisa. Thank you, darling. I know this is natural. I just came back from the party now. Anyway, it was beautiful. Doris, hey Doris, whenever you have the time, can you make a video about honoring the cycles of womanhood? For some reason, I fear aging. Oh, I think that would be great. Okay, I understand. Yes, I would love to. Hey Nicole. Cocoa Pearl, confirmation. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Whatever part was confirmation, I'm happy. Hey, Sonia. Sonia C. Coco says truth. Cynthia Ali says, greetings, Lisa Marie. You are free. You are where you belong. So happy for you. Oh, mi dasi pa. Yeah, it is. I am where I belong, right? And the ancestors knew, even when I really didn't. Peace and love, my beautiful soul sister. Hey, Juju. Peace and love to you. Hey, Coco. Yes, it's Coco. No, you don't scare people. I think many just don't know about you. You do tell it like it is. Oh, Maya, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all of the opinions because I think they all valid. So thank you. Yep, you're right, says Sonia Steve. Yep, you're right. People are scared of stepping out their comfort zone, so they are rude. Maya says, "This is I hear you on that. That's true." Lisa, have you gotten a divination from the? You know what? I haven't officially, but Queen, I feel like it's coming. Today I heard some music. I was in the tro. I tell you, the ride even was beautiful. I was in a taxi, and I heard the music from the airway people. And that music is, ooh, that's the people in the Volta. That Volta region, y'all. That Volta region, every time I hear music from the Volta region or music from the north, something happens to me. So everything's coming like, hey, Garland, first of all, how are you? I know it's coming. And I know, because my life, you see how I work. Whenever I'm really ready for the next step, whatever that next step is for me, it always appears. I don't even have to force it. It always appears. I just gotta be ready. So I feel like that will be coming and it'll be amazing. I think you're correct. We should choose different words. Correction is love. Ashe. Hey, Queen. Thank you. Hey, hi, Lisa. Loving the content. Thank you, Susan's Tribe. How are you, darling? Jackie C giving me them love hearts. Midasipa. Nikki and hey Lisa, I think that's a good call because the divine feminine are supposed to establish the law and the divine masculine are supposed to enforce it. And that is the truth. I mean, Nikki, you said something that's so important. I remember I used to teach from this perspective. I got this from the ancestors. It's like the woman, the divine feminine has the idea, exactly, and the man implements it. Or the master implements it. That's exactly right. I had a dream. This is what I saw. So we're going to be moving. We just got to move on Tuesday. He said, okay, let me pack. And they don't know that there's no, but we've been so, in the States, especially, I think I can speak from, right? We've been so afraid of the divine feminine energy, especially the Black divine feminine energy, the African divine feminine energy, because this lily white girl is like all in our men's faces saying, I'm what femininity is. See how my hair shakes? I mean, this is the truth. So when you ain't here, I can't shake because you're bald headed, because that's the way, the hair just stop after a while. Your hair ain't shaking because it stick up. Because they ain't never been here either. And I don't just mean they ain't never been in the continent, although I do, but they ain't never been here. Do you know what I'm saying? So they don't understand that what you doing is what they do here. They always love to tell you, even our, I'm not gonna say Hoteppers, I'm just gonna say Hoteppers. No, even our Black continents want to tell you what Africa is, but a lot of them ain't been there. Because if they did, they would have to come back and tell the truth. They would have to say, them women, they're a lot like you. You know the way you are, Queen? Like, that's right on. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know that our women are naturally strong. I didn't know our hair don't shake around in West Africa unless we put a weave on. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that your features and your voice, their voices here be deep too sometimes. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had a role. I didn't know that you had a role sometimes higher than mine or different than mine. I had no idea. But I didn't even understand that your role was not even defined. It was not stagnant. It didn't always stay the same. I didn't know you was strong. I didn't know you made your own money always. This ain't no new thing. This ain't no plot of the white man to give the Black woman more jobs and more education so she can emasculate her man. No, that comes from your tradition. Black women have always made a way for themselves and the family, and so has the Black man. See, I didn't know that, Queen. But that's not what you're hearing. You're hearing your way is masculine. And when you come here, you be like, wait a second, they're still women and beautiful, but hey, what's up? Still beautiful, still sweet, still. I'm just here to tell you, Black woman in the diaspora, you are perfect. You are feminine and beautiful, and it don't look like theirs. They were the ones that their men told them that they were second-class citizens. Why you want to be like her anyway? And if you want to talk about the Latina sister that they loved, our men tend to love as well sometimes. No offense to my queens, because a lot of Black Latinas, so you know what I'm talking about. There's still rule. When I went to Latin America and South America, and then I saw it for myself, I was like, oh, that European thing is even worse. It's even worse there. Because it's under the guise of Spanish, as if that's not in Europe. As if Spain is not in Europe. It's even worse. Because it's disguised, but it's still white supremacy. So that's a, it's still that same, your, so the Haitians is not the one, they're the undesirables, right? If you go to the DR, because that's that purity. Let's break it down. Same strength, same resilience, same beauty. And in the DR, it was the Haitian women that that held the goods on their heads, just like in here, just like in Ghana. So I'm just trying to say, y'all gonna have to wipe the whole window really spotless and clean. No, break the bad boy down and build a new one. Because what they told you, even divine femininity looks in a black woman, is so not what by American standards. They'll wake up one day. If they don't, it's okay. Come to Africa. They're gonna recognize you. Be like, oh, sister, okay, you acting like a sister. Yeah, you act like my mama. You good? Please, please, y'all. That's right. That's right. So yes, thank you, Nikki. Hey, Queen, like Lisa Marie, you are speaking. Oh my goodness. Hey, Queen, thank you. How you been? I hope all is beautiful, well, perfect, whole, and complete. Queen Lex says, Queen Lex, I lost. Okay, Nikki, no. Uh, yes. Oh, so many people. I love it. Oh, Lord. Yes. Yes. That balance. Yes. Melissa said, Lisa Marie, you are verbalizing feels and thoughts that I couldn't put to words. Thank you. You are so welcome. Susan tried to preach that. Yes, y'all, they lie. We out there trying to look like her, trying to be like her one way. And we even sit there saying, no, it's because, we are too masculine. Like I said, there was a healer that on Facebook that put out this picture of black men who were in feminine or a little feminine looking. No, it was very feminine looking, and said they're this way because black women basically act like men. And I thought, you know better than that. Why are you saying that? And people said, no, it's true. I'm learning from her. This is exactly what it is. It's us. You know what? Y'all stay with that. Now I wasn't even didn't come to the concert and knew that. No, I was in the concert whenever I said, oh, they need to meet some of these market women. They need to meet these women that ran that whole thing, and they need to meet some of these African women. And I don't think then I think you would understand better. I don't know. When strength, you gotta look at let's look at this from a annihilation, as Dr. Francis Cress Welsing talks about. White annihilation, like that is the true fear. If you think about that, so you would have to say that to be a black woman, to be an African woman, everything about her has to be broken down. Everything about her has to be wrong. Because first of all, you got to make your woman be the thing that all desires and desire to be. So you got to say she's not feminine when she's actually femininity is strength. Femininity is not weakness. Femininity is not taking a back seat to nothing. Femininity is strength. Femininity is to be able to hold your own. Femininity is speaking up for yourself. Do you understand? I know, like, make it go inside that everything we've been told about a divine African femininity is been a lie. So we don't have to start repeating that we are too masculine. We even hear women have to say, I'm soft and pink inside. Wait, well, first of all, hey, you beautiful outside too. You soft. I mean, soft. Like even that has to be a word because we're so afraid if we act like a man, we're going to treat like a man. First of all, when the last time you saw a man? Because if we have been told that our roles is who we are is not what we're supposed to be, what have they been told? It's such a mass confusion. And I think that that's the biggest one because we got professors, we got scholars, and everybody running away with let's bury, let's kill the strong black woman. And I'm going, wait, hold on, wait a second now. I understand what your fear is, but it's not your fault they can't deal with you. They couldn't deal with her either. That's why she over here got on a boat and stayed for 400 years. And you don't even recognize her. Nothing they told you is the truth. I'm just saying. So that's why they get caught up, Like I do, I don't know, I don't know. There's this. I ain't gonna mention the names, but sometimes like I'm very afraid when I see certain YouTube channels and when they interview women or they have women in West Africa, they don't ever show them like it is. Even though here there's billboards. There's billboards here where they got these women. I mean, there's a lot of them look like us, but a lot of them just don't. And that's like some representation. You know, it's a certain person here that have a channel. You would think all the women here are biracial, and but this is what I'm trying to say to you, and you got to be okay with it. If you brown skin, if you light skin, if you in between and shades of, your mother is a black woman. Your mother is pitch black. And let no one deny you of that. West Africa is black, pitch black. And I can't, I'm here. I mean, this what you see. It's what it look like, darker than me. Oh, there's no black people black like a black shark. Oh, yes, there is. It's the whole narrative. It's just wrong. Stop trying to, this is what it is. Let's go to one place and see the purity and know where we come from and be happy in that no matter what we look like when we look in the mirror. No matter what, at least we know the root now. You can't lie to me no more. And you the fruit from the root, so you good. No matter how many, you still good. This your mama. Why you don't love your mama? Why you don't love your mama? You gotta ask yourself. So we gotta stop playing games with ourselves and each other. We diluting the root, drowning the root bound, pot bound, choking. He's been stashing that money, trying to flex it for girl. I mean, we on the truck going back, and I was like, "Oh, how much is it?" He's like, like, "What you trying to play me?" I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Was I? Oh, okay. It was so funny. I was like, "Okay, all right, go ahead, act like a man." So y'all supposed to pay for it because it was even the cousin who was older. Well, brother, they don't say cousin to be honest here, and I love that. Who was like, don't put like basically like put your money away. Like we used to say in Brooklyn, when brothers was brothers. Now a lot of y'all are still brothers. But no, I love my black men. Y'all been brothers. But the brothers I grew up with used to be like, yo, your money not good here. Put your money away. Your money not good here. Meaning you a woman, we ain't letting you pay. I know what I had. I'm sure you were cutting the rug and you deserve it and more. Thank you, Queen. It was a good time. How are you? Yes, they got to experience the dance of Leo in action. Nice. In action. I love it. He said, did you teach him that? Teach her that? Corey's like, no, she's a professional dancer. Beautiful. He is radiating some of the light back to you. Absolutely. 21-day intensive, saying goodbye December 6th. Yes, saying goodbye, y'all. Thank you, Naturally. Y'all, let's make that the biggest class, the most amount of women I ever had in intensive. It's the last one after, I don't remember how many years. I know it's at least 10. Lottie, Hyper, you go, girl. You're so beautiful. Love your energy. Oh, me Dusty, thank you. Maya Wallace, yes, some men are smart enough to stash until they find a queen like Lisa worthy of it. Yes, oh yeah. He was like telling me the culture. And then the sister was like, you know, she don't understand tree. She said this in tree. So tell her everything they saying. Like they wanted me to know the culture. Besides, they want me to know the language, I guess, because I'm in-law. That's what she's like, in-law. I didn't know who she was talking about. I just kept walking. I was like, oh, are you talking to me? I was like, oh, quality. But yeah, go on, Lake. Can we see that hat again? Yes, this hat is fly. Let me show you all these hats. Wait. So, what's the... See, it's hard looking at this thing. Let me look in the mirror because I gotta get this right. So you could do this, you know, you can have it like, you know, and then you can have it like, ooh, you know, but then you can like, ooh, you can have it like, you know, hey, yes. Let me show you the other ones, just so you can see the difference in the sizes. Hold on a minute. I had my hat on through the whole thing. They was loving it. They was like, oh, okay, go ahead then. All right, so that's one hat. You have to put it on the door. You know, I'm from that tradition. You don't put your hat on the bed. So, and now this is another one. Now this is bigger, y'all. This is a purple one for y'all that loving your purples, and I do too. And look, it's just, ooh, that is just so fabulous. You know, you can kind of do that. Of course, you can always do that. And of course, you can do, you know, you can really flip it. Ooh, that's beautiful. Like that is just a beautiful look. Yeah, you know, you can do this, you can do that. Okay, so you see this pattern, right? And you saw the sizes. Look at the difference. Okay, you probably can't see it, but this one is bigger. I think you can, and this one is small. And then I think this and this is the same size. And so the two purples. So y'all that wanted the purple, see, I picked the hats in the purple. And this is a sister. She bought these back from Kenya. That's a pretty one. It'll look good with this dress too. It's the hats, honey. This is what they're wearing. I wouldn't say this is what they're wearing in Ghana, but no, this is what I'm wearing in Ghana. But I bought this in Ghana from a woman that goes to Kenya and buys stuff. And it's so gorgeous. Don't you love it? I love it, darling. I love it. So yeah, I love this hat. So I hope you like. Don't worry, y'all can buy it. So happy you and Kwame had a great time. Well deserved for both of you. Work hard, need some fun. Yes, I guess he realized he probably like, she out. She out. She said she don't trust me. She said this. Oh yeah, he probably's like, she out. And I'm about to introduce her to the family. So he said, the only one, this is what he said today, the only one you ain't meet was my mama. I was like, uh-oh, Lord, but you know what? That means I'm gonna go to the village. Oh, I really want to go to the village now. Like, I'm ready. So sister, you said what the divination, I'm ready for the village. Like I need to go to the village. Like I need to know what it is and what it feel like. And so we'll be going to the village soon. Get your hat and anything else you have seen on the channel. Email theblackberrybeauty@gmail.com. Mwah. Thank you, darling. Midasi. Joy says, Russell, we may not have retained a lot of our African heritage as rehomed Africans here in America, but rhythm and music, I can attest that is something. Yes, I was like, what Black Americans can dance? Y'all was hanging out with. We can dance. And see, but this is the thing, too. We have retained. I don't feel like an outsider. I've been in some circles where I've been with so-called my culture, and I would feel like an outsider. I think my Afrocentricity, even if I was wearing so-called Western clothes, I still carried it. So I always stood out. Or it would be a conversation that would go somewhere and it was so not true or was against our own blackness. It was things being said that was kind of, I didn't like. So I think in many of us, I think in all of us, it's been retained and much more than we know. But I think in some of us, even more. And I think those are the ones that say, I feel like, I don't want to say like an outcast, but like I feel different than my family, or I feel like the so-called black sheep, or I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's a vibe, but we still got it. And I see it in so many ways. Living through you tonight. Fun, fun, fun. Thank you, Latoya. How are you, darling? We are so busy trying to subconsciously be white. Come on now. It's annoying. Yes. My husband's family doesn't dance at all and turns their nose up at anything too natural and too black. Maya said it so perfectly. That's the kind of sometimes black folks that I've been around. And so I always felt weird. And I would get all quiet and I'd be all fake. And then they didn't dance, you're right. And they didn't get up and jump up with the music. And they didn't. So it was just like, but here it was like, hey, like it was encouraged, like get up and dance. I was like, yes. Like I used to think, well, I don't like parties. Like I'm too old. I'm too tired. I've been there, done that. No, I thought, oh my God, because it was Sunday. You know, people going home. If they actually have a party, like I could go to a party and probably come home 1 o'clock in the morning and be like, y'all, I just getting in. And I haven't had that feeling and I can't even remember. That's deep that a lot what we think is us at a certain age, it ain't even us. Because we in a situation that ain't even us. So yeah. In DC, they don't really even have clubs, mostly lounges now. Exactly. All they do is, I know, stare at each other. You said it's the truth. Last intensive, saying goodbye, December 6th, 21 days, going deep, breaking through spiritual blocks and gaining tools to move forward. Yes, ma'am, thank you. $97, y'all need to be there. Y'all need to be there. All right, ladies, I got a lot of things, and I'm going to do my best to get through all of them because that's why y'all tune in. All right, Nice says, that's real. We need to learn more about what's happening in Africa now. Yes, ma'am. Poetry inspired by divine truth of your shared experience. Oh, I can't wait to hear it. Hey, next to this, I think if you've left your poems on, your poems are beautiful. If you just say sister, I think. Ruthie said, you speak the truth, such powerful words from a powerful, beautiful queen. Oh, Midasi. Yes, I said, yes. Nikki says, Thank you for rediscovering our own ways. So powerful. Yes. I'm finally, so I'm sorry I didn't say hello. Hello. You had a great time. Yes, ma'am. It was beautiful. It was good. It was good for me. It was good for Kwame. It's good for all of us. I used to get teased being called Haitian as an insult. Remember that? And my cousins Dominican because they were lighter. Wow. It used to hurt. Now I'm so much more educated. I love Haitians. They the bomb. They the bomb. Emma's a Haitian. We love y'all. Y'all the ones. We know. The ones that know. Carol says the black woman is the goddess and we are the standard of you. Yes, we are, always have been and always will be. Why do they want to get tans after? That's right, alter their bodies. And we know, and it's true. And why half of them live it up in the continent? But they telling us not to. It's yeah, you're right. And when you see us, oh, the beauty of Africa, the beauty of Ghana, I mean, you just, as a woman, you would just have to sit there and just give it up and be like, I could see we are the most beautiful people on the earth. Like, oh my gosh. Take the white man out of your mind. Yes, says Ruthie. Yes. And your mouth, right? And your body. Okay, you are a fire right now. This is pure truth you're speaking. Thank you, darling. The divine feminine is the creation. Hey, Judy Jones, thank you for that. Yes, femininity equals strength. Y'all say it. It's okay. Don't be scared. That's why they're trying to strip you of that, so you would be brainless and dead and don't even know who you are. The divine feminine is the Shakti. Yes, it is. The creation force of the universe. Yes, it is, Queen. The creative force was called out of the triple darkness of the universe. So check that out, right? Come on now. Lisa Marie, you are speaking some deep truths today. Thank you, Yolanda. I've been around my people. Judy says, that's right. I was out with my son the other day and I didn't have to pull out my money. He paid for everything. I felt so good now. You did right, sister. That's you. Give thanks for you, Queen. That hat needs its own channel. What? Oh, yes. Thank you, Vidasi. Yeah, we're going to sport it. We're going to make this right. We're going to make it affordable for y'all. Come get this hat. Yes, Nikki. Thank you for the love. Lisa Marie and who? I know what? Lisa Marie said, who? Yeah. I know. I really want to do your last. Rose, come in and email me if email me. Email me, sis. I ain't hear from you in a while anyway, so email me. You've been a long time participant. Coco says, yes. We're going to go through these now. Absolutely gorgeous hats. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Oh, I love it. Yes. Looking like a sunflower. Oh, I love that. You are beauty. Midasi pa. Those hats true Leo fashion. And that is so true Leo fashion, honey. Honey is it. You got to put a honey behind this, right? Hello, everyone. Hey, Miss Jackie. Thank you. I'll be there. Yay. So, yay. Also, y'all, you know the amazing herbalist, that's the raw foodist elder, Nana, we're going to come into his house. Because he said, I got it. We got to do it. Got to do it in my house because I got to show them everything. You're about to be in front of almost a recluse, but he comes out because he's always called to do radio shows and programs and all kind of talk about his amazing herbs. And I think that we're going to be very blessed to have him because we don't know how long. And you could just feel like something, like we're going to all take that class and know that we took a class with in a sense, royalty in a lot of ways. Very humble and very beautiful and loads of surprises. Not what you might expect or what you think a Ghanaian is. It's powerful. Going to be our master classes. Our master classes are affordable, so please come. I love the hat. I'm so glad. I hope you get one. I think you look beautiful in it, Miss Jackie. They get their butts injected and their lips injected as well as locking their hair like ours. We are the bomb. And y'all talk about butts. These black women. What? Why nobody talking Kim Kardashian? This some bullshit. These bodies are like sculpted by the Most High himself, the Most High herself. So incredible. I'm in the best place in the world. Hey, Rose, in the world. Email the blackberrybeauty@gmail.com. That's right. If you want anything you see, thank you. Lisa, can you still buy your last for the year? Can you? Yes. Oh, yes, honey. Yes, it's not till December 6th. Hey, Miss Jackie, how are you? Yes, for sure. So happy I caught a live. When can we sign for the class? Is that the Basio? Is that the one for the elder? Let me tomorrow. Kwame's going to get the day, and then I'll put it up right away. which class is about the herbs. I want to take this one. The one, it's not up yet, but it's coming. He confirmed that he can do it, and we're just going to get a date, a day, and a date. And we're ready, y'all. We'll be doing it at his house, and I forgot what town. It's a little distance, and he got affirmations on rocks, and he only eat cooked food once a year, and it's a very sacred life we're living here, aren't we? All right, beautiful people. So I will definitely keep you posted. The Saying Goodbye Intensive is my last 21-day intensive for my life. Now, I don't want to say that because, we could have another one sometime, but no, it's done. We're doing other things. So please come. The hat is everything. It says, thank you. It's a very pretty hat, isn't it? It feels like something is shifting in the world. Yes, Tali, it is. Dark feminine rising. Yes, you are always in tune in spirit for me. Thank you. You are welcome. It's true. It's true. And I'm here to deliver the message. Girl, I must have, you got to. Miss Jackie, you would look, I know you, so I know you would look divine in this hat. For the intensive, it's right there. The National Cover put it in. It's blackberrybeautyacademy.com. And the site's coming. I got help now. So tomorrow I'm gonna stay in. Tomorrow is the day that Kojo and Faustina come. So I'm gonna leave the house. But I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna get to Art Center early and just sit down and get some things to who I need to get some things to. And y'all, my daughter did a most. Wait till y'all see my logo. My logo is done. It is so beautiful. My daughter captured. When y'all see it, you're gonna be like, that girl is nice. So if you ever want some graphic design work, my daughter is born. Right now, she works for her mommy. I got her all to myself. No, she can work for my sister too, but she is. She's working for my mom. I was like, you know what? I know you need help. With your rent next year, and I need somebody to help me. So yo, when you see me having beautiful flyers so my classes will be announced. They're going to be, the emails are going to be beautiful flyers. My daughter's doing all that. All the classes and advertising, she's doing all of that. She's she's doing a lot. My daughter. Look how life comes back around. So I feel blessed. All right, beautiful ladies, have a beautiful night. Thank you. Maybe somebody will pull that picture of me dancing on the floor. Oh, Cindy, come through. You too. Cindy's been part of the family for a long time. You normally have till Friday after it starts, and it starts December 6th. There you go. Thank you, darling. Hey, Cindy. So, yeah, come through. I'll see you in the morning. I literally took off my clothes. Now I'm going to go shower and give thanks. It's a very Kwame George. Kwame George. All right, ladies. I'll see you in the next minute. If nothing else, you got to give it to the brother. He ain't giving up. He ain't giving up. I'll see you on the next video. Peace and blessings.